Hey everyone, we are excited about this episode. If you remember, we did a Communities Parties episode this season a few months back, but our community has a lot of parties and a lot of events, so we felt that this warrants a follow-up. So welcome to Community Parties Part 2. A party space and our bars and clubs are sacred spaces in the LGBTQ community. They are our safe places. Also, we know how to party and we know how to have fun, and we invite everyone to come and share that with us. With that, I personally have two fantastic guests with me today, both who have had significant impact on the party scene. Let's go chat with them. My first guest today is Francis Gaudreault, one of the co-founders of the very popular Pitbull Events. Hello, Francis.
Hello, Antoine.
Hey. So let's start with Pitbull. For those who don't know, what is it? When did it start? How did it start? You have a partner on it, right? Okay, so tell me about it.
So Pitbull Events started March 2010. It's an LGBT dance night. We cater primarily to the urban male crowd, but it's open to any member of the LGBT community.
So it's not only men?
No, it's...
Okay.
Like originally it was kind of started originally as men, but as the events have gotten bigger and more popular, we have welcomed everybody, and anybody is welcome to come as long as they are comfortable with the LGBT community.
All right.
So started in March 2010. I started with my business partner, Steve Palmer, who, over the years we've worked together to really help grow that company into what is now an international event.
So it's not in Toronto only, is it?
It started off in Toronto, and now we're doing regular events in Montreal, Vancouver, Chicago, in the Caribbean, and we do vacation.
Look at you!
Vacation events and.
Good man. So what's the vibe like at your parties? What the audience, the music, the DJs? What makes it successful?
I think what makes it successful is we try to get different entertainment, different DJs, different go-go dancers, and even different entertainers every party.
Okay.
So some parties will...
changes.
Yeah, so it changes. Primarily the crowd is very... it's very open in terms of who shows up, but we try to make sure that whoever shows up is represented in the entertainment.
Okay.
So we have had, Bollywood go-go dancers. We have people from every background kind of working on the event. So it really leads to a very large open event for the community to come to.
International DJs or local DJs?
Both. Both. We started off working primarily with Toronto DJs and had a fantastic time, but we've expanded to have European, South American,
what's the future plans?
Future plans is keep going to more cities, keep going to bigger venues, and just expand.
Yay! Yeah. Good. Okay, we're gonna take a little break, and we're gonna be back with Francis after this. Cheers.
Hi everyone, it's Kat Grant here, and I'm talking today with Tania Morano of GirlPlay. So Tania, you told me that you started as a bartender and then you started party planning with Anna. Would you tell us a little bit more about your partner and what GirlPlay is?
For sure. Anna was kind of like the founder of GirlPlay, and she sometime in 2007 said, hey, do you want to bartend my party on Church Street? And I said, yes, I do. And from there, we kind of collectively created this thing called GirlPlay, which is kind of a series of events that have kind of all together been put under one umbrella that is now a festival that happens during Pride. We also do events throughout the year, but ultimately the whole thing started with here's an opportunity to create new events for our community. Let's go forth and do that.
And they do a fantastic job. The lineup for Pride this year is phenomenal. Can you please tell everybody all about their week?
I would love to. We start on June 16th at the Phoenix, where we've partnered with Pride Toronto to bring in Little Debbie from the West Coast. Little Debbie is a West Coast rapper / trap artist, and she's pretty amazing. We are featuring the sounds of DJ Reckless and Tiki Tai, which are huge kind of DJs in our scene. Followed by a live drumming battle, not a battle, I'm not to say a battle. We're followed by a live drumming performance with KLR and Rosie, which should be amazing. So the whole event in itself will be pretty sick. Wednesday, we are back at Smith, which is a bit of a social mixer. You can party or you can just sip drinks and have cocktails. Thursday, we are doing a comedy night. And we're super excited. It's hosted by Elvira Kurt, headlined by Adrian Fish, and we have a gamut of other really amazing comedians featured on that night. And then what's after Thursday, Friday, we have Juicebox, which is a collective collaboration between GirlPlay Toronto, Toaster, Cream, Back to Church, and About Last Night Toronto, and that's happening at Noir, which is an event where you can expect to have thousands of women in the space, so encourage you to come to that. Toaster is a little bit different this year because we wanted to create more options for our community. So instead of just a club banging rager, now you can play pool, you can sip drinks in the lounge, you can hang out outside, or you can party. That's a throwback night, so music from the 70s up to the 2000s at the Rack on Queen Street, which is going to be amazing. And finally, we finish on Sunday back at our regular tea dance space, which is at 580 Church Street. We're partnering with Pride Toronto as well, who has taken that space. So we are going to throw a half house music, half kind of urban style hip hop in the back. Should be amazing. Please go to the website www.girlplaytoronto.com to get information and tickets to these events.
I'll see you there.
Okay.
Thank you for
hope
coming.
to. My absolute pleasure. Thank you for having me.
Welcome.
And welcome back. And we are with Francis from Pitbull Events, continuing to chat a little bit. So we're going to get a little bit personal. Tell us a bit about your upbringing. I know it shaped to a big part how you see the world.
Yeah, I was fortunate enough to be a child of the Canadian military, so both my parents are members of the armed forces.
Wow, both of them.
Yeah, so my mom's in the Army and my dad's in the Air Force.
Cool.
So with that, we just moved around to military bases all over the world, Germany, Alberta, Quebec. Okay. And so when I was growing up, even though it was quite boring living on these military bases, I did get to see a lot of the world.
Do you find that was important in seeing how you see the world?
Well, it was nice to see different parts and cultures and like experience the
I do think that that's going to be very crucial to who you are.
But also to see the fact that it's like this one small town or one area doesn't define my entire worldview.
That's beautiful.
Yeah.
Nice. You were a bartender at some point as well. How fun was that, and what did it teach you about the community, bartending?
So I was lucky enough to bartend at one of the biggest gay bars in the country, and
Woody's. Right?
Yeah, it was Woody's for 5 years, and it was a fantastic opportunity. The gay community in Toronto is very vibrant, very diverse. We welcome the world pretty much every summer during Pride, and so bartending there really showed me how big and how diverse and wonderful our community is. And how we can all still get together and have a great time, even with all of our differences.
The bartender hear all the secrets, the dirty gossip.
Yes, you take those things to your grave.
Let's talk quickly about your daytime job. It's another very busy one.
Yeah. So with Pitbull Events,
what have you done lately?
Yeah, with Pitbull Events being a huge success, we ended up opening the Men's Room, which is a men's clothing store. There's locations in Toronto, Montreal, and Chicago, and those have been super successful in the last 2 years. So we opened 3 stores in just under 2 years.
A success story. I'm so proud of you. Really.
Thank you.
You know what? It's nice to see people in the community. I want to talk about this before we wrap. Since we're talking about parties, sadly, our community all over the world lost or was devastated about what happened in Orlando. You did something about that here in Toronto. What did you do?
So I helped organize the Pulse Vigil on June 12th, along with Kevin McDonald and David Morris, who were both instrumental in making sure that was a huge success. We had actually thrown a party on June 11th, the same night of the massacre in Montreal. And so when we woke up, for having had a successful event, the news that we see is just this tragedy, and it kind of hit home that this tragedy is Orlando, but it could have affected anyone, anywhere. So I jumped on as an organizer of that vigil just because I felt it was incredibly important to show members of our community that yes, tragedy did fall upon us, but that we are still strong and that there's the rest of the community there to support you and show you that, there's...
And thank you. I'm going to wrap up. So we're going to do those fast questions that we do on our show. Favorite cuisine when dining out?
Sushi.
Sushi, good man. Favorite pet?
Probably a dog.
Okay. Favorite spot to vacation?
Sea chest.
Boxers or briefs?
Briefs.
Last words to our LGBTQ community.
Love each other.
Beautiful. And we will be back after this break. Thank you, Francis.
Thank you, Antoine.
Cheers.
Hi everyone, I'm Lorenzo Pagnotta, reporting with On the Couch, and I'm here today with DJ Sammm. All right, tell us, Sammm, how did you first become a DJ?
Well, it's kind of a long story. I started when I was a teenager, early 20s. I was DJing with vinyl and with records and mixer stuff. And then I got out of it, got into a career, and then started again. When I got into technology, I noticed that there was a lot of things that happened in the whole DJ industry, so I started getting back into it. And for my 50th birthday, I DJ'd that party, and that sort of snowballed from there. And a lot of people started asking me if I would do their parties, and then I got a regular gig.
That's awesome. Where can we hear you spin?
Well, on Thursdays and Saturdays, I do an event on Thursdays called Vibe Thursday at Boutique Bar, and I also spin there on Saturdays.
Okay, awesome. Anywhere else? Yeah, I've been to that event. It's a great event, great music. Is there anywhere else where we can hear you?
Well, I spin at Flash on Church for the strippers, which is more of a top 40 vibe, but that's where you can hear me.
Okay, awesome. And there was actually a new event that happened at Boutique, like some sort of Greek-themed event. Tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, we called it Boutique Anesti. Actually, the Greek word for Easter, everybody says Christos Anesti, which means Christ has risen. So Boutique Anesti is a play on that kind of theme, and it was a great event. Okay. They had over a 2-hour lineup, and they made a lot of money apparently.
Nice. So will it happen again?
It's turning into a monthly event. The last Saturday of every month is going to be Greek night at Boutique Bar.
There you go. So catch him at Boutique. You also might be doing a gig across the pond in Germany, right?
Yeah, it's a cool story. Somebody listened to me spin on a Thursday night and asked me if I would be interested in doing a residency in Berlin that they had a place at, and they offered me a place to stay and an amount of money every week, and hopefully it'll pan out.
We'll make sure to cross our fingers for you. And I know that you also do quite a bit of volunteering in the community. Maybe tell us a little bit about that and why volunteering is important for you.
I did the bike rally for 3 years in a row and raised a whole bunch of money for the People with AIDS Foundation. I was always into cycling and fitness, so I thought that would be a good way for me to give back to the community. I also did a recent event where I was spinning for a PAUSE TO event, and I donated my portion of the funds to that as well. So they raised a little bit of extra money.
Tell us, how can people find out a little bit more about you and your work?
Well, I have a website. It's DJ Sammm with 3 M's, so DJSAMMM.com. That gets you all my other social links. I have a Facebook page, DJ Sammm with 3 M's TO. And I'm also on Twitter, SammStrat99, or I think I can be found using DJ Sammm with 3 M's as well.
DJ Sammm with 3 M's. Awesome, got it. Thank you so much for joining us on the couch today.
Thanks for having me.
Now I have another wonderful guest, the man, Mr. Harry Singh, owner of Blyss Nightclub and previously owner of the legendary Zippers Cell Blog.
Legendary.
It is. Hello, Harry.
Hello.
Hi, honey. Let's talk about Blyss. Let's start with that. When did it open? How is it going?
I opened it up in October, last October, just before Halloween. It's building slowly. I mean, it took me a while to build Zipper, so I didn't expect it to happen overnight.
Good, so you know.
So it's coming along, you know.
It's a baby, and like really, in the sense of the amount of.
It's a different era now. Like that, I mean, Zippers was 20 years ago, so a bunch of change.
Yeah, good man. Do you have different themes at the bar, like
I'm
DJs,
trying to do that. I'm trying to do something different than what all the other bars are doing. I'm not coming here to compete with nobody, really.
So
I'm just trying to be an enhancement to the area.
Okay.
Try to bring some new entertainment, new forms. Like I had the Boylesque.
Okay.
I am doing the French Kiss, which is drag show with the first half is in French.
Is that
Jezebel
Jezebel
does French.
How is she doing?
She's pretty
had
good
her on the
actually.
show.
I really love her.
Yeah?
I
Awesome.
do love her.
Cool.
Yeah. She's very well put together from top to bottom.
Yeah. Okay. Your DJs? Do you have a resident DJ? Or?
Corey's. I would say
Corey?
Corey's my resident. Corey Activate. He's been with me at.
I was gonna say you brought him.
Yeah.
From Zipper.
Yeah. I've lost Alan, as you know, too.
Okay.
Black Eagle, but
Yeah.
you know.
Okay.
things happen, right? And I try to bring some new ones in, like I have Reckless that does a few nights. Black Cat's coming back, has come back.
Nice.
Summation does a night, at least 1 or 2 nights a month.
All the good
I've
people.
tried, and then I got the special events, they bring their own DJs too, so there's a variety.
People remember Zippers and Cell Block fondly, and they will likely remember it for years and years to come, because it is a legend. How is it different from Blyss? What were you trying to do?
I am not trying to recreate Zippers,
Zippers
or Cell Block, right?
Okay.
But I get that question all the time. Everybody's going, why didn't you call it Zippers? Why do you call it Blyss? But I said, Zippers had its time in history, and it's 18 years. It's had its run, and it was actually going. People doesn't know it, but it was slowly, because of the changes and stuff, and social media taking a lot of a chunk of the business stuff, it was slowly going down,
So
right?
you wanted a new adventure.
I wanted to attract a new demographic. It's a younger generation now. When I opened Zippers, it was there was no place for mature people to go, like myself.
Okay.
So.
That when you said Alan, that's the
retro.
The retro.
Yeah,
So you're not gonna plan another.
Yeah, but
retro
I'm still trying the retro, but it's they pretty much got garnered it there because that was Alan thing. He brought it from Boots, right?
So everyone, we're gonna take a little break, and we're gonna be back after to talk with Harry some more.
Summer parties are just around the corner, and join with me today is Sheldon, a best friend and an event organizer and planner for some of the best queer dance parties here in Toronto. Joined with me right now is Sheldon. Thank you so much for being here and here to talk about some of the events that you organize and plan here in Toronto. Thank you.
Thank you for having me.
Wonderful. Now my first question is going to be, what is Genderful Queer Dance Party? That's one of the events that you run throughout the year here in Toronto, and I want you to elaborate a little bit on what it looks like.
Sure. Genderful Queer Dance Party is a party that's put on by the Student Association of George Brown College. It's a party for the transgendered community within our queer community, and it's for transgendered, non-binary, gender fluid folks who may not feel comfortable in a club space or a regular space. It's also an all ages party, so.
Absolutely love the parties. I think they're a great way to highlight the community that's never really talked about here in our queer community. They're very vibrant, they've got lots of cool prizes, and it draws out a very awesome demographic that we don't really see. Now, when we plan the parties, what type of language barriers do you look at? What type of things do you want to include that you don't usually see at parties, whether it's at Pride or if it's at a specialty party during Halloween or New Year's?
Yep. So when looking at planning this party, I speak to the performers and the host to make sure that the language is gender neutral so that we're not offending or making anyone who comes to the party feel uncomfortable. Also, our prize packs that we give away, we don't sell any of the tickets, so everyone gets raffle tickets for free. And these door prizes are catered towards this community as well. And
the door prizes are pretty awesome.
They're pretty cool.
I absolutely love the door prizes. I think they're a great way of getting people to come out, especially those that don't think that they fit in a party. This is a great place for them. And I guess my final question is, with Queer Dance Party and some of the other events that you're hosting, what's up next for Toronto? What are we going to see in the future?
Well, hopefully we're, looking at those needs assessments and catering those parties to communities that don't really get voices, such as the Black queer community or the South Asian queer community or the Native Two-Spirited queer community, Indigenous queer community. So looking at what those communities look like and what they need, and then kind of providing those parties based around that needs assessment.
I think that's wonderful. When we look at parties here in Toronto and the GTA, I think it's important that we build a party for everyone. We're in an age of respect, and I think a part of that is planning responsible parties that encourage a conversation that welcomes everyone. So I'd like to take the time to thank you for joining me here on the couch, and we will see you next time.
Thank you, Jacob.
Hi, I'm Boyd Kodak. I'm here today with Nick Redmond. I've known Nick for 20 years, and Nick does more volunteer community work and event planning than anyone I know. Welcome, Nick. Can you please tell us a little bit about all the things you've been doing in our community?
Well, I've been in the community DJing for probably the last 20 years and also working with different community groups, creating spaces, creating events for queer and trans people in the community, and do a bit of programming at Inside Out as one of the programmers, and festival's coming up May 25th to June 4th, so I've been pretty busy with that and looking forward to seeing it actually happen. And also been working with Blackness Yes, who started Blockorama, which is one of the longest running stage at Pride, and it's specifically programming by and for Black, queer, and trans community and our allies and our friends. And this year, again, we have 12 hours of programming happening on Pride Sunday, June 25th, at the Wellesley parking lot. And I'm looking forward to that. We also do different events throughout the year. We also have a long weekend event in August, called Black August that we're putting on between Regent Park and also the Barbara Hall Park at 519. So yeah, it's been keeping me busy, all of those things.
Wow, that's amazing.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's talk a little bit specifically about the Inside Out. So the Inside Out is...
Inside Out as the Inside Out LGBT, lesbian, gay, bisexual, and transgender festival. It's been around for probably, it's almost 30 years.
Yeah, 30 years, I believe.
Yeah. And you know, you're involved in it yourself. Doing some great work that really helped all of us that couldn't be doing the work now if you hadn't done what you've done. And so I've been involved primarily with programming like trans shorts and also viewing and giving feedback on work submitted by and about trans people and gender, around all kinds of things. But so it's been interesting as a programmer to view bodies of work as they come in and also try to fit them into a program that is meaningful.
Fantastic. And Blockorama?
Blockorama is happening on June 25th, Pride Sunday. And this is usually 12 hours of program, so I think we start things off at noon and go all the way through till 11 o'clock. So.
At the Wellesley parking lot?
At the Wellesley parking lot.
And if you've never been to Blockorama, it is the best time at Pride. Nick, tell us where we can find out more about you and your events.
For me, I'm on all the social media, so Facebook, DJ Nick Red, Twitter, DJ Nick Red, and also Instagram, DJ Nick Red. And for Inside Out, they're a great website, insideout.ca. You can find out all about the programming coming up. And for Blockorama, Blackness Yes, check out the Blackness Yes website, blacknessyes.com.
Nick, thank you so very much for being on the show.
Thank you for having me, Roy. Thank you so much. Thanks for definitely reaching out. Thank you.
And welcome back, everyone, with Harry Singh from Blyss Nightclub, the new happening hot, it's going to be fantastically big nightclub.
Yes, it will be.
You are one of the community's experts on parties.
I
think
don't
you
know if
are.
I would say that.
But what elements make a good party? You know what elements.
You have to have a good DJ. You have to have good music. The atmosphere has to be good, and you know, and in a bar
it's
setting,
audience, DJ.
Yeah, in a bar setting, you have to have the space. This service has to be. You know,
service
definitely has to be there.
Okay.
So.
Fair enough.
And those are the things people need to come and have a good time and not have no problems.
Do you think the social media killed the party?
Not kill the party. Social media, I think, has taken a lot of people from. You remember the days when we used to go out to pick up and stuff like that?
The only way you could
the only place you could do it is the bar. If you strike out there, you go to the park and the bathhouse, right? But no, now I think it has. Everybody, I find like a lot of people stay behind their computer and their screens all the time now. And I've had people say, can you just live stream the shows for me? And I'm like, should I come and serve you the beer too in your living room?
That's hilarious.
You know,
Are you serious?
It's like, so yes, I do think it's taken.
Get your butts out there, people. Get out and party.
Seriously, I mean, you need to support your neighborhood bars, otherwise they'll be going.
And honestly, and you know what? Maybe people don't know the new. I don't want to say the new generation because I love the new generation, but there is something about human interaction and about being in person.
I know,
it's not the same.
and I find that they're losing that. They're losing that. They don't know how to communicate with each other in a one-on-one basis.
So hopefully people who are watching this episode and the other community parties remember that parties are really important. How is it doing these days? How's our community doing these days?
I see the community shrinking. It's doing good. I mean, I just find that we need more of a variety of stuff.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's the same old, you know.
Okay.
Just
So
need to change up a bit.
I guess that's what we'll take to bring the community back is having
Yeah,
something
we need
unique.
to give people a reason to come out of their couches and from behind the screens.
Fair enough. We can do some quick questions for
Oh,
wrapping
I
up.
hate that
So we're gonna
part.
wrap up. Yeah. Your favorite dish to cook?
Oh, chicken curry.
All right. Your favorite movie of all time?
My favorite movie of all time? Victor Victoria.
Oh my God, I love
Yes.
it. Absolutely. And last words to the community, to the camera.
Guys, we're trying our best to, you know, entertain you. So come on out, support your local businesses. We won't be able to do it without you, all right?
That's a lovely, lovely message. Thank you, everyone. I'll be back to wrap up. Thank you, Rahari.
Thank you.
Thank you for watching, everyone. Get out and have some fun and party. See you soon.